My natural deodorant, because I know I told you guys I'm now using natural deodorant. I'm using coconut oil, and I made sure it's 100% organic. I have my essential oils, and I'm going to be using lavender and tea tree, which is in the corner over there. I have my cornstarch and my baking soda. So I already melted my oil, which you don't have to melt it, but that's what I did. And now I'm just gonna add in my lavender and tea tree. I'm only gonna add maybe like 4 or 5 of lavender and like 3 of tea tree. So okay, so now I have my lavender oil, and I'm gonna put in like 5 drops of that, and that away. And I'm gonna put like 3 drops of tea tree. It's to kill the bacteria. But this one has like a really strong scent. It really stinks in my opinion. But the lavender smells good. So now I'm gonna add in some baking soda. Now I don't know how much I'm gonna add in. Maybe you guys should measure, but I just eyeballed it. So I'm putting a good amount in there. Okay, that's so now I'm about to add in my cornstarch. Oh, hold up, my bad. Here's the cornstarch. And I think with this one I'm gonna put like maybe 2 tablespoons. Okay, that's 1. And I think I'm gonna just put a little bit more of that too. This is supposed to help absorb your sweat. And all you gotta do is mix it up. I could have did this in a bigger container, but I wanted the right amount. So all you gotta do is mix this all up. Make sure you don't have any balls in it. You know, I don't know if you guys can see that. Hold on. You see like how it has all the little balls. Make sure they're all disappeared. And then after, you can go ahead and pour it into a deodorant container, or just leave it in the container you want it in. And then you gotta freeze it. Since ours is liquidated, you have to freeze it, and not like ice, but make it solid. We are finished with making our deodorant. All I did was put it in a old deodorant holder, and boom, it filled the whole thing. And this is what the deodorant looks like now. It smells good. What I can tell you is to keep it in a cool area, or like a warm area, because this will melt in the heat. So it's not like you can take it outside in the summertime, because it will melt. So you want to be mindful of that. It does smell good. The scent is strong. It's soft like deodorant, so it's good. So that is it for our deodorant. And I will love if you guys will comment, rate, and subscribe. And till my next video, see ya. Hey guys, you guys just watched me make my own natural deodorant, and I kind of wanted to come on here to talk to you guys about the natural deodorant. So I made that video kind of like a couple of months ago, and I'm now just uploading it. So sorry about that. You know I'm a bad YouTuber. But I no longer use natural deodorant, simply because when I made it the first time in the video, I realized I used too much essential oil. So that's why you see in the corner it says only use 2 drops. So when I did that, it wound up irritating my armpit and made my armpit itch and everything like that. So I made a second batch of it and used less oil, essential oil. Still did the same thing. So I used that within for a month. So the second month, I'm like, you know what? Making my own deodorant, maybe I'm not doing it right. I'm just gonna do store-bought. Ooh, excuse me. I can't remember the name of the deodorant. It starts with an S. And I used like the lime and something else. It smelled amazing, and I was like, great, all right, I'm gonna use it. I used that one, and it still did the same thing to my armpit. It still made it burn, it still made it itch. And when I mean it burnt my armpit, it was making my armpit black. Like I had burn marks. Like I can't explain. Like if you ever like rubbed up against something really hard and then you get that burn, I guess like an Indian burn, but it was black. Like, it looked like I burnt myself. So I was like, okay, maybe this is too harsh. So I opt to use the rose one. Still did the same thing. So I just realized, you know what? I used natural deodorant for 2 months, and I was just like, you know what? I realized this deodorant is not good for me. Maybe it's too harsh for my skin. It's funny because I do use the essential oils in like hair products and stuff like that, but for like my skin, it didn't work. And as you can see, it's not like I used it by itself. I did use a carrier oil. I used coconut oil, and it still didn't work. I just think it's way too strong for my skin. But now I moved back to using regular deodorant. I use the Dove essential one. It's the white tall one. I use that one now, and to make my armpit better, because it's better now, all I did was exfoliate, and I started using softer body wash. Like, I was using Alvino for the first week. I said the first week, for the first month of my armpit, and I moved on to Dove, and I realized that Dove and Alvino was softer for my skin, so I don't use anything else. The initial reason why I wanted to do natural deodorant is because I was like, it's cost effectively. I can make it myself. I know what I'm putting in my deodorant, and I guess like I just wanted something healthier for my skin, and I realized it didn't work for me. Now I'm going to tell you guys this: do not let that discourage you from using natural deodorant. I think it's a wonderful thing. I just think it's not wonderful for me because, as you can see, it did for my body. And another thing is, I just don't think that it helps with the sweating, because they said, you know, that's why you use cornstarch in it, to help you absorb, but it wasn't. My armpits sweat a lot, especially in the summertime. So once I went back to using real deodorant, I noticed the difference. My sweat was going down. I wasn't sweating as much, and I was like, natural deodorant isn't for me. But if you use natural deodorant and you want to know how to make it, please go ahead, try it out. Like I said, I used it for 2 months, and that's kind of a long time, and I kept getting the same results, so I had to realize it's just not for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, and subscribe. And I guess till next time, you know, we never know what next time is messing with me, but hopefully I have another video for you, because I have all these ideas and I just never put them on video. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.